Hey everyone, Aja here from Panda Monium. It is a beautiful day. I'm going to pot out some pots that I bought from the thrift store. This one was only $2 and I have a larger one that I only paid $20 for, and I did check at Home Depot. They were wanting, I think, $100 for a plastic one of the large ones. So I did a little shopping around and found a cheaper one.
I could hear my father's voice. He would tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time, time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. Ooh.
The second pot that I'm going to be planting out is going to have some Fuchsia and Dianthus. I already have a basket over there, so I'm getting a plastic pot to put it in. I like how this one drapes over.
Something in the atmosphere. You're always here, you always here. Time to laugh and time to heal. My favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh.
Oh my, these things were really root bound and stuck in this pot. It took me a little bit to get them out.
And I'm wishing that you knew. That I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. And I'm wishing that you knew. And I'm thinking about you.
Jeff is starting on the solar drip system. I'll go into more detail there. Just wanted to show you where I put the two pots. They're over here in this sitting area. In this pot here, it's all perennial. This is a fuchsia and the dianthus on the side, which will fill out nicely once they get growing. Look at that fuchsia bloom. Isn't that beautiful? Kellogg, what are you doing? Are you like a mountain goat? He's probably looking for lizards. Silly dog. Are you gonna get it? Are you giving up? Kellogg thinks he's a mountain goat. The pot that I picked up from the thrift store is actually not a planter. I had to drill a hole at the bottom of it, a drainage hole. But this one is planted out with annuals and perennials. We have the Dianthus in the back. This one is the Mountain Frost, Ruby Snow. And then we have a Supertunia here, which is going to drape down and trail, which will be beautiful. Hopefully it doesn't take over the whole pot, because these things, I think, get pretty big. It can get 10 to 12 inches wide, which is about the size of the pot. I love it, and I think it looks awesome. And the pots will look much better once they fill out. I bought 3 roses that I'm going to add into the garden. They're all different. This is True Gratitude, and it is beautiful and pink. This one will get 6 feet tall, so I'm going to train it up this here. This is where I used to have the can decorations that I made, the little ornaments, but they were weathered, and I went ahead and took them all down, and I think the rose bush will look much better trained up this. Not to mention that'll look good through the glass once it's full grown. This is the other pot that I bought, and here's the other rose. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in the pot or in the ground and just plant this out with different flowers. I can't believe I got this one for 20 bucks. It was a steal because, like I said, at Home Depot, they wanted $99 for their larger pots. Hey, moo-moo, are you hiding behind the rose? This rose here, Jeff actually picked out. It's the multicolored Mark Tegel. It is really beautiful. It has that variegated color with, I think it's yellow and pink. This one is a bush variety. It only gets 2 to 3 feet tall, so I thought it would look nice here. But maybe in the pot. I'm not sure yet. I had thought about putting the other one, which is a climbing rose, across here so it could grow up and trail across here. But I have a different idea for it. So here at the hammock station, I have selected a different rose. This one here is the Golden Dragon, and it can get up to 15 feet tall. So I thought it would be nice to trail it along here and just have it hang over. I think that's going to be beautiful once it gets full grown. And I'm sure it'll provide some shade over the hammocks here. I'm digging up and transplanting some of the native plants that are just growing wild. This one here, we just call it the cow plant. It gets nice purple blooms on it. And it's kind of vining. It gets about 18 to 20 inches. It gets pretty big. It's really beautiful once it's full grown. It was growing right there by the deck and was going to get trampled on, so I went ahead and moved it. I will say, though, I did cut it back some. That way it'd give it a better chance to root. And I do have it in water. This is the Fleabane Daisy, which is another plant that grows wild here. And doesn't need a lot of water. It's pretty drought resistant, and it's actually very beautiful, I think.
It says it blooms in pinks, yellows, and purples from early spring to late autumn.
I've seen some of the purple ones. Those are beautiful. Is there anything else about it?
The hardiness zone is 2 to 10. It says it grows all over the western U.S.
What's our pillow? Ugh, I think this is so rocky. I don't even know if I can dig this up. There must be like a rock under here. It must be shallow rooted.
Yeah, because it spreads.
Does seem to have a really small root structure, pretty shallow. I'm gonna wet the roots and then get it planted up. I'm gonna let the roots soak for about a half an hour, and then I'll get it into a pot. I'm gonna see if I can find any more wildflowers, because I'll definitely need a lot of flowers for this huge pot. I have this elephant ear, paid $5.42 for. Now this is not perennial in this zone, so I'll dig it up and then just overwinter it. I won't leave it in the pot. I'm adding some large stones into the pot, and then I'm gonna use the smaller stones. That way I won't have to use as much potting soil.
Knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. And I'm wishing that you knew. That I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. And I'm wishing that you knew. And I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about
I believe I am going to add in the roses for structure, but I also have the elephant ear in the middle, which would be nice. And this is pineapple sage. I put it on this side because it likes shade. Awesome, I think that looks amazing, and once it all fills out, it's going to be beautiful. I added one of the cow plants over here, and this should fill out and drape over on this side to add balance. I moved a smaller pot over here by it. I already have a fuchsia that I planted last season in here. It's just now starting to come up. It's teeny tiny right there. And I have another plant over here, but I didn't label it, so I have no idea what it is. I guess we'll see when it comes up. But I'm going to go ahead and plant more flowers in here. Alright, this planter is planted out. I used the desert daisies that I harvested, and some of the plants haven't come up yet, so this should fill out nicely. And I blocked the dog's pathway. Yes. I had the rest of the dianthus over here. I also planted some heuchera, since this place is, or area is pretty shady. And I also added in some lemon balm to my herbs that I planted earlier. And a mum that won't be blooming until fall, but it's starting to come up. Look, the arugula is already flowering. One of my favorite flowers to eat. It's got a nice kind of mild peppery taste. And right next door is the little itsy bitsy baby bok choy that's coming up. Finally getting the area clean. The rug gets so messy with all the wood chips around. But it's easy to just blow it off. So I took the hose and I sprayed everything down from the glass to the seats and the table. It was all just dusty. So I just gotta let things dry off now. What is it, Olive? Oh, it's so nice over here. It's shaded during the afternoon and we were just over here hanging out. So we've decided on the location for the barrel, and I think I'm gonna move the wood shed over here because the fire pit is right here and it's just inconvenient to have to walk all the way around the shipping container to get wood. So yes, watering barrel here, wood shed there, and we're still gonna have a roof on top of it, so if there is any rain, it can just go into this barrel. That means we won't have to fill it from the tank, and it's going to water this whole bed here, everything in this area here. Nothing's planted yet, but I'd rather go ahead and get the drip system down so whenever we get plants in here, I can just tee in. And we have to get an extension. We'll extend this over to this bed. That way that rain barrel will water both of these areas here, and that'll be covered. So far we've got the garden done, this bed and this bed right here, all the way to there. We have another extension. We're going to tap in right there and water this garden bed. Then we have another 2 system like this on order, and it's going to do this bed here. There's going to be the timer set right there on that post, and it's going to also do this area here, these 2 beds. Right, Moo-moo? And it'll be done. Done, done, done. Right now, Jeff is getting the solar pump set up because, like I said, this system works on its own barrel and its own energy.
Pump is not watertight when it's off.
Uh-huh.
So once the pump fills all the lines with water and then the pump goes off, technically, if this is too low,
yeah,
it can siphon the water out of the
Oh,
barrel.
so it has to be higher than the water level. So it's got to be like up high. Okay. Well, we can put a post in because I don't think that tree limb's going to work. Talking about posts, I forgot to show this. We added this water post here, and this is for the garden. It has a timer on it and valves. Also, it works, so we can fill up buckets or whatever. I am really excited about the garden. So much color is coming in. And I can't wait till the planters fill out there. That'll be nice. This is all dried and cleaned. Finally, dust-free. Well, at least for a day or 2. Jason is working on my dust-free for at least a day or 2. He's working on my electrical system. Now he's doing the actual 110 of it, right?
Yeah. We took with a 30 amp extension out of Panda, and yeah, we're gonna run it to and from the multi-plus to the rig.
Yeah, awesome.
The multi-plus is great because it goes between the shore power and generator and the rest of the rig. So that way, you take it from shore power into the multi-plus and then out of the multi-plus to the RV or house or whatever, and then you can blend 15 amps of shore power generator with 15 amps of your battery, and yeah, the transfer switch functionality is so fast. I mean, it won't even, your electronics won't even know that you cut over power from like one thing to another. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Expensive and cool.
And that's why 2 wires.
Yeah. It's one from shore power and the other one to the RV from the multi-plus.
We dug a hole twice as big as the pod, and I placed this pink rose in here, and I amended it at the bottom with the bone meal to encourage root growth. Then I'm going to top dress it with the annual and perennial granule plant food. And this is organics. But yeah, I'm excited. I just got to fill in the sides and tamp everything down and then top dress it.
I'm thinking about you.
Okay, Jimmy dug the hole out. I'm gonna put some water in it before I amend it. Layer of the amending soil first. Bone meal. Look, look, look. More water. And I'll let that seep in. What are y'all doing over there? Oh yeah, she's sitting on the stump. I was like, wow, she's tall. So I always like to water the plant before I plant it out. I think it helps. All right. Okay, the rose is in. I just have to fill in with the amending soil around the edges. Okay, it is done. And top dressed with fertilizer, just watering it in. Okay, she is good to grow. So my lazy butt still hasn't turned this compost. I was supposed to do that several days ago and get it into this compost bin. So I need to do that first thing in the morning. Crazy dogs. So this is Donnie's Saloon. He's making out of old pallets. And he actually made a bar stool. And it's pretty tall, but you'd be surprised. It's very sturdy. I was shocked when I sat on it. It didn't wiggle at all. Good job. So is this Donnie's Saloon, or what is it? Have you named it?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. It's looking good. You just need to burn it so it weatherproofs it.
It'll look way better in my
Yeah, definitely. It's looking good over here. We're taking a quick walk. There's home base right there. Not sure if you can tell. Still looks like desert, but there is a lot of green growing. More so this season. Even the grass in the roadway. Most of it is the Mormon tea, which is the ephedrine plant. Did y'all find something interesting? Because you're all huddled. What is it? It's literally an old desert piece of wood. Oh, you had to pee on it, didn't you?
It's probably pretty exciting to die.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Sunset's pretty. A lot of clouds. No colors yet, though. What is it? Oh, the purple flowers? Yeah, that's it. There's more over here on the other side. These are kind of purple and pink. Yeah, there's some over here, too. Oh, these are different ones, though. These aren't the same ones. Those are cool.
Yeah, okay, yeah, here's some little ones right there.
Oh, there goes the sun. Just past the clouds and it's getting ready to set. So bright. Hopefully there's some pretty colors. Oh, I'm starting to see some pinks in the sky. So you walk to the end of the road here, and it's about a mile there and a mile back, so 2 miles total. The moon is already out. This is usually the desert grass that we have. It just kind of creeps, and there's little green spikes if you look, and then it has these tall, dried seed pods. But since we got a lot of snowfall this year, this thicker grass is coming up. It's very beautiful. It's dark green, and it has the purple seeds, or the feathery things that come up, the shoots. Really pretty. This is another unusual grass that I haven't been seeing. It's this kind of feathery grass here. It's not as dark green or purple feathered seed pods, but just kind of the typical. Still beautiful though. Ah, tumbleweed. Actually, this is a really pretty plant when it's in season. It has a very weird texture, but it's beautiful. And it has this gorgeous red color around where the seed pods are. It is a very spiny, pokey plant though. Oh, look at another clump of the desert daisies. I love these things. We got to the end of the road and looky. The colors are starting to come through. That's beautiful. All right, we are headed back. But look at the sky. That is beautiful. Nice colors. And this is the yellow version of the daisies. Isn't that beautiful? It's all yellow. Okay, it's almost done. It's kind of stretching through the sky there. All right, last shot for the day.